Now, this is my favorite part because this is where a lot comes together when you think about it, okay? And it's relatively simple, but it's not intuitive, which, you know, it just doesn't fall out of the sky on you. If you follow the last segment that we just finished, which was the alcohol by volume in a fermenting vessel, which has everything and only everything to do with the amount of fermentable sugars that you have versus the water, and then, of course, the yeast. Now we've set that aside. Now we're going to get to the distillation process, and what is the proof, the strength, the purity, the percentage. There you go. All of those adjectives to describe the spirits that come out of the condenser. And believe it or not, this will really clear the air. Now, first of all, I want to say up front that if I get a call and they say, well, my proof is really low, I guess I've used the wrong yeast. Well, you're mixing two totally different processes and coming up with a rational explanation for your proof. And there is none. You see, yeast have nothing to do with proof. Sugar has nothing to do with proof. Water has nothing to do with proof in the fermenter. So you follow me? There's that definite separation. Keep that in mind. Okay, here's how this works. All right, now I've got a 3-gallon fermenter. Actually, this is 10 liters, so it would be 2.86 gallons. But for sake of argument, and we use that term a lot today, when the market is 1, 2, 3 gallons. So this is 3 gallons. 3 of these are in here. Okay. All right. Now, so we're going to talk about one of these because we're going to use one as an example. What was our... Oh, this is a great point. This is time to ask the question. Remember on the last segment, what was the alcohol by volume in the fermenter? Yes. Remember we used 10%. Okay, so we had a 10% ABV. 10% alcohol by volume was in this. Now, what is 10% of 3 gallons? 0.3 gallons. You're with me so far? We can set this aside. Now, this is a 1-gallon jug. And I've got it marked off with these red lines. There's 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. All right. Now, I know someone's going to write in and go, George, actually a gallon is way up here. I know. But when I'm using this as a way to demonstrate and explain, okay? All right. So what that means in that fermenter, that if we were able to extract 100%, the purest level you possibly can of ethanol out of there, out of that 3 gallons, we would have this much ethanol. And that would be 1/3 of a gallon. We know that mathematically because it was 10% alcohol by volume. Oh, we are making progress. Now, I have already filled this up to that line with water. And that water represents ethanol, okay? That's at 100%. Got it? Okay, you're with me. I know you are. This is a 3-gallon still we would have used in order to produce this. But we know that we cannot produce 100% alcohol or 200 proof. We know that. And remember, we were talking about a pot still. So we're producing at best about 140 proof at the very beginning of the run. And remember, and it precipitously gets lower and lower and lower until you shut it off. Or, of course, it gets down to 0. Please don't ever go that far. You are definitely collecting tails. Another topic for another day. All right. So we're using pot still mode. Okay? And pot still mode means, keep in mind, means a single distillation. In a single distillation, you're going to collect more water than you would in a multiple distillation. such as a reflux still. Yes, before you write in, I know there's a fractionating column too. We're not talking about that. All right. Now, in a pot still mode with a single distillation, again, a good average is the start 140 proof. There are people that will collect 160 proof in their first jar. Got it. Again, it's all about your process, okay, and your technique. Remember, but the principles never change. It's just the technique. We use 140 proof as a good average, round figure, just like we use 7 to 10 days to ferment, somewhere in that neighborhood. All right. So we have this 1/3 of a gallon out of 10% alcohol by volume out of the fermenter. We are separate totally now. Okay, we're in the distillation portion of this science. Now, that's 100%. Now, what if, let's say for instance, that I was running this still and it did only come out at 140 proof. What percentage of alcohol is 140 proof? Well, we know that from the last video. It is, that would be 70% ethanol and 30% water. So far, so good. Let's turn this around. So this is my ethanol, and if I add, and I can use my eyes and kind of gauge this, and let's say the whole run from start to finish was 140 proof. I would add there, just short of that blue line. So that's what I would have. That's 70% ethanol, 30% water. Now, let's say, for instance, just for sake of argument again, that I was running that still really fast, really hot, okay? And my beginning proof was 120 proof, okay? And I would know that from experience. You would know that if you're at the very beginning, if it's only 120 proof, you're doing something a little bit off base, because that's pretty low for the beginning of the run. So it's 120 proof. I was like, gee whiz, 120 proof is only 60% alcohol and 40% water. Oh, there we go. Shoot. Okay. Yeah, I kind of overfilled that just a little bit. Okay. So that is going to be my result. All right. Now, okay. All right. Back up. Let's say, for instance, we were really, really in a hurry, and we started running the still, and it started coming out at 100 proof. What does that mean? That means it's only 50% alcohol, and the other 50% is water. Okay. Do you get the point now? And nowhere in that conversation or that description did we ever address yeast. Oh, we never addressed anything in the fermentation process. You see, everything that happened here is a result of what came out of here. So you see, proof is directly connected to how you run your still. How much you get is directly connected to how much you started with. So remember, you do not make alcohol, okay? You are going to purify, you're going to purify it by separating it from the water. And in most cases, you're always going to drag a little bit of water with you. And that's perfectly okay. That's all part of the process. So remember, techniques are totally up to you. The process Just don't violate the principles of the process. And the next time you have a problem with proof, look directly at your process, your technique. It has nothing to do with the fermentation.